her universally positive rating, so I watched it on Netflix. Joaquin Phoenix, Scarlett Johansson, Rooney Mara, Amy Adams, Olivia Wilde, Chris Pratt, Bill Hader. It's Malcolm Ledger. I think that's the voice of Obi-Wan. And oh no, it's okay. I thought it was the voice of Obi-Wan in Clone Wars. Kristen Wiig. Had a feeling that was Brian Cox. It's good. Fantastic performances. Like, Scarlett Johansson is a surprisingly fantastic voice actor. And topped off for everyone else. Oh, and technically Samantha Morton is in it as well, because she originally voiced Samantha. But then they replaced her with Scarlett Johansson. It's unique, both as a romance movie and as a movie about robots, because it's unique as a romance movie because it's about robots, and it's unique as a robot movie because it's a romance. Yeah.
You know those words.
For some reason, my subtitles keep on automatically turning on. I don't know why.
What do those words mean? I've got prejudice. Of course I do. Everybody has
So
prejudice.
was that a dumb question?
I mean, I prefer being around white people. I'm sorry, that's the way it is, you know?
Oh, you no, but like, I'm like a supporter of you, so, including me, like, you prefer being around white people.
I'll be your friend, but you're not going to come over to my house for a barbecue.
Oh, you wouldn't invite me?
No.
Oh, fair enough, yeah,
You know,
yeah, makes sense. And is that because of color?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I'm a separatist. I preserve my own people. And I'm not offended by a black person.
He preserves his own people. Dude, you're not gonna suddenly lose your whiteness just by hanging around black people. Like, it's only if you're having sex with black women and those black women are giving birth to mixed race babies that you, not even you, but your child wouldn't have as much whiteness as you. Also, you do realize that, like, you probably do have some African in you.
Says, hey, I prefer being around other my black brothers. Fine, I understand.
Right. I'm glad that he that he doesn't want to kill all the black people. He just thinks that they should remain separate. So white paradise, black paradise. Okay, that's fine. I'm glad that he feels that way instead of just wanting to outright murder them.
I prefer being around my family than some strange family.
Me personally,
Then just get friendly with them. If a black family moves into your neighborhood, then I don't really know how you become friends with your neighbors. I don't really talk to anyone.
as a fan of you, I'm not trying to portray the KKK as racist, because I've never seen anything racist by the KKK.
It goes back to the idea of what is a racist.
Like, you can't just pop up that article because that headline just said charged with murder. They never mentioned the race of the person that was murdered. When you're having a discussion about racism, a KKK man could have murdered a white person because they were probably like a black ally or something like that.
A racist is someone who hates black people and wants to do them harm or something like that. And then obviously I have no desire to see misfortune come to a black child. Yeah. I have no desire for that. I feel
I feel like we should have a term. Actually, we probably already do have a term. I just can't think of it right now about the difference between a person that wants, a racist that wants to murder all the black people, and a racist that wants to have white people and black people separate. I'm just gonna call the murderous ones super racists. I know that's cringe, but I I can't really think of anything else right now. Also, when he was mumbling there, like I didn't realize until after I finished recording that when I was doing that Sylvester Stallone impression in quotations, I was actually properly mumbling. I should have attempted to say something in Sylvester Stallone's voice. So I'm going to say the subtitles here. In my impression of Sylvester Stallone, keep in mind I haven't really seen a lot of his movies. In fact, I think the only one of his I've seen is The Expendables, which was crap. So, a real comparison for... That's just Texas, isn't it? Damn. Anyway.
Compassion for a young black mother whose child is get caught up in the drugs or gets shot by a drive-by shooting. I feel as much compassion for them.
Why? Uh, is your impression of like living as a black person just the movie Boys in the Hood?
I gotta qualify that. I probably feel more compassion for a white child. I just have to say that. I believe that the black people in this country would be much better off if somebody like me was running things than the liberal crackpots that you got in Washington, D.C. today.
Why has there never been...
He is spitting facts right there. The Republicans do seem to care more about black people than the Democrats. I mean, like, Donald Trump was rebuilding parts of, like, Chicago, whatever, however you want to pronounce it. And while he was doing that, people who were from that area, like Eminem, were non-stop talking crap about him. And those areas are, I don't know if it's majority black, but good chunk of black people live in that area.
like a KKK party?
In this country, okay, up until...
Wait, if we just look down the lens while we say this part.
Okay, in this country, up until somewhere in the 1960s, this country was a dominant white...
Around the time of the civil rights movement.
Rule, white power structure, you want to call it that. That's not the way it is today.
Yeah, things have changed now.
The only way is going to go back. In my mind, maybe I'm wrong. I'll always say, well, maybe I'm wrong. But until white people...
At least he's a little open-minded that he could be wrong.
Once again, control this nation. Black people will be unsafe in their own neighborhoods by their own people.
From what you've said, I really respect you speaking.
Manta's correct. Currently hold on, sorry, I was sitting on my pillow when I wanted to have my back. He is correct when he says that, or not correct, but he's implying that black people run the country, and he is correct by that, because Biden, it may say that he's president on any official document, but it's like, I'm not like, I know people say there's like a shadow government and everything like that, but you really think the man that is always stumbling and not knowing where he is, or what even year it is, you really think that man is president? It's whoever, Elon Musk said it, it's whoever's controlling the teleprompter, which it's a safe bet to say it's Kamala Harris.
said. I really respect you speaking from the heart like this. I actually did some documenting in the UK as well, where there was a group of supporters for the KKK in a town called Clackt. And I think that, honestly, you're like a Clackt guy. If you could shout out the people from Clackt, the supporters of the KKK in Clackt.
Is there anybody out there in the UK? UK?
Yeah, in the UK and Clackt.
In the UK, Ireland, Scotland?
The fact that he had to reconfirm that it is in fact the UK this man is from is just it's a testament to his racism. Like, where else do you think he's from? Africa?
Wales?
Yeah.
England? Howdy.
I just know they would have appreciated a shout out.
I think you're missing a place, but we're not going to talk about that.
Shout out.
Shout out to the people from Clackt.
Shout out.
Thomas is a Clackt guy.
I don't really know the Clap people, so maybe I'm wrong.
No, you are.
Okay, how about Clap guy? All right, forgive me, Clap people.
Now that Thomas had called himself Clapped, it was time for me to reveal the ace up my sleeve.
We run a group in the UK called the UK Stand with the KKK. We made a post of me and you together, and we mentioned if anyone wanted a shout out, maybe we picked 3 names and you just shout them out. They are your supporters.
Let me see what you got there.
Thank you, all the people from the UK Stand with KKK. Right here we have Thomas, and he's going to be shouting your names out.
IMAP?
You say?
IMAP, you say? I don't know my IMAP, you say, but IMAP, you say says can't wait, I guess, for the interview.
Right, Nico, you don't need to like tell us that what that means is I'm a pussy, because all the guy's really done is put an underscore between the P and the U in pussy. And I get that he's added an A in it, but it's obvious to us. I've got to be one of your oldest viewers. What was I going to say? I'm just going to rewind it a bit.
And he's going to be shouting your names out.
IMAP?
You say?
IMAP, you say? I don't know my IMAP, you say, but IMAP, you say says can't wait, I guess, for the interview. So, well, there it is.
As you can see, it's great.
And then we got a BLM?
BLM.
BLM?
Yeah.
So he's the best, I guess.
Shout out BLM.
I'm a shout out to you, and then
So shout out to who?
to BLM.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says you love him. I don't know. Hope that guy's not.
Wait, I got him getting confused with I'm a pussy, but he's literally saying BLM. How does he not recognize that that's what he's saying?
Gay.
So let's
Then Sue Kemetic. Sue.
Sue Kmedik.
Sue Kemetic.
Yeah.
I guess I pronounced that right.
Yeah.
Says love him. So I appreciate people like me. I like that.
All these people are, and that's the thing. You have a lot of supporters in the UK. Thank you so much for shouting them out. Let's round it up properly, because we'll look down the lens. Introduce your name properly. So just say, I'm Thomas, member of the KKK. I've enjoyed this BBC.
I'm Thomas Raub. I'm a national director for the Knights of the Ku Klux Klan, and I enjoyed this.
Knights of the Ku Klux Klan?
Interview with the BBC.
No, it's this BBC. So it's just, I've enjoyed this BBC. It's a BBC interview.
I've enjoyed this BBC.
Yeah, thank you. It's been a proper deep interview. I appreciate you taking this to BBC. So am I the first mixed race person in this church?
No. We've had reporters from every European nation. We had BBC here before, a number of years ago.
Oh, so it's the second time you've had a BBC.
Third time, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, so you're experienced with the BBC.
We've done a lot of interviews here over the years.
That's pretty homophobic, Nico.
Any as deep as this one?
It is what?
As deep as this one.
Oh yeah, sure.
You've had a proper deep experience with the BBC?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thomas Rob, you...
Also, don't forget that promoting stereotypes, even positive ones, is bad.
have no idea what you've just done. I'm not the BBC. I'm just a random man making a mockery of everything you stand for.
I won't touch that just in case I disintegrate. Okay, BBC, here we have the
You stand for.
I won't touch that just in case I disintegrate. Okay, BBC, here we have the
Now who's waffling? What are you on about? I wouldn't touch that. Disintegrate. What?
Flag of the Ku Klux Klan.
No, it's the Knights Party.
Huh?
It's not a Klan flag. It's a
Oh.
flag of her.
Okay,
Knights Party.
of the Knights Party. So they're different.
Correct.
Okay. Okay, BBC. Here we have the flag. Oh, wait, we haven't got the shot yet. And here we have the flag of the Knights Party. Honestly, man, you've really smashed this interview.
We need to wrap it up, though.
You've got stuff to do. Thomas Robb, leader of the Ku Klux Klan, has taken this BBC. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. No problem.
Such a deep interview.
All right. Well,
Appreciate you.
okay.
Thomas Robb had taken my BBC and was now struggling to walk. But I had one final question to ask him.
I did mean to ask about the hood
Don't get cocky here.
in the. Do you ever wear those hoods? The pointy things.
We have them for a cross lighting set of ceremony.
Okay, all right. And just as a side question, have you ever made love with the hood on? Yeah. Okay. Well, fair enough. Let's just get this pic and we'll go.
At this moment, Thomas Robb had realised he had been swindled and he was burning.
So never made love with the hood? Didn't say no, Thomas. Oh, great.
You degraded yourself now. The interview's over. I'm sorry. You get in the car and you may leave.
Okay.
Well, I mean, a regular reporter, even if it's an off-air question, it's, no one working for an actual news organization would ask a question like that.
Perfect. Appreciate you, Thomas. Thanks for the interview. Just got BBC'd.
We tricked this man into thinking we were the BBC, and now this man will never take an interview ever again. He will have trust issues for the rest of his life.
Wish the fellows in clap a good time.
Yeah, no, well,
You are far too big for your boots. You actually need to be put down, and I don't mean that as in euthanized. I mean that you need to learn the consequences of your actions.
a bunch of clapped guys here. Come down to clap in the UK, because anyone from the KKK is clapped. Clapped guy. Big up. Big up, man. Respect. Go. What we have done today is we got the leader of the KKK, arguably the most racist man in the world, to shout out BLM.
Let me just rewind that a bit.
Big up, man. Respect. Go. What we have done today is we got the leader of the KKK, arguably the most racist man in the world, to shout out BLM.
Okay, you don't need to say that. We've just watched the video. We know what the video is about because it's basically over.
You know how funny that is? And he has no idea.
It's not really,
Absolutely no clue. He said
but mostly because you have ruined the joke.
that I disgraced myself by asking him if he makes love with his hood on. Like he hasn't disgraced himself with his words. But listen, my friends, we do this, number one, because it's right, but also because we wanted to get to the bottom.
Is it really right, though? You haven't made a positive change to the world in any way through this. Oh, well, you made a couple of jokes at the leader of Racism Inc. Racism Inc. is over. No, that's just not how it works. Grow up.
The story. Harrison, Arkansas is not a racist town. However, it is home
Thank you for saying that.
to the most racist person. But the heart of Arkansas has incredible people like Richard, and that's what we're going to take away.
I'm not going to say there's no racism in Harrison, because of course there is. People have obviously experienced racism there, and it definitely exists. But to label the entire town as racist is just not true, and it's not fair on many of the great people who live in Harrison, including the ones that I met. Like Richard, the man who literally helped me prank the KKK, one of the world's most feared organizations, and he did this after knowing me for 48 hours. That's ridiculous. And there was one final thing I needed to talk to him about.
All right, Richard, I have a confession to make. I don't actually work for the BBC.
I kind of figured that a few days ago.
At what point did you realise?
Your education. You said you only went to uni for one day.
So at that point you realised. I just didn't have the guts to then tell you I didn't work.
Yeah, my mouth keeps on making this noise. It sounds like an eel clapping its hands together because I just can't get the words out. But you and people who work at the BBC do sort of have the same far left indoctrination that you do get from uni. I don't know if man's ever went to uni or not, but you do have the radicalization of uni students.
For the BBC, but honestly, you have made this whole journey. Couldn't have done any of this without you, and I feel like you are the best representation of Harrison, Arkansas. I was really sorry to hear about what you were telling me about.
A neckbeard, really? Okay, sorry. I apologize. Not a neckbeard. I don't know why I keep on jumping to neckbeard when I talk about this man, but just him, really?
The other day with your foot and the surgery and all of that, I wanted, just because you're a great guy, to help you out. So what I've done, I've got $1,000, and then I want to send you a further $4,000 later on as well.
Thank you.
Just because you're a great guy, Richard. Honestly, you are an amazing guy.
Thank you.
So hopefully you can get your foot surgery. You're a living legend, my friend.
Thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. This is one of the nicest things that anyone's done for me in a long time. And,
I have a feeling the only reason why Niko was doing this is because he's realised that Mr. Beast is arguably the most popular. I'm shifting him in the bed again. This bed makes a lot of noise. But arguably the most popular YouTuber right now. So we decided to do what Jamie does and just give people money. Despite the fact that's not what he does anymore.
it's been a while, Luke.
It's been a while. Listen, man, any way I can help you, I'm glad. Look, give me a hug, man. Give me a hug. Thank you, man. Honestly, it wouldn't have been the same without you. I really appreciate you, man. And honestly, just your outlook on life, everything, it's just really, really admirable.
Well, my friends, we came to this random state in America and met some great people, but I can safely say I will never be returning here again, as the KKK now have a direct reason to target me. So my friends of the NDL, we have defeated another enemy. Please like and subscribe.
You have defeated piss all in your entire life?
To join us. You're not ready for what's coming next.
But what's coming next is white genocide.